In a universe where life does not end at death, we explore the infinite possibilities forged by our very minds. Welcome to Arthadian Anthologies. Greetings, fellow travelers and storytellers. Welcome to a Reborn in Power series featuring two of Evemore's chosen. One of the Dusk, and one of the Dawn. And the most climactic clash the Core Realms has ever seen. Follow along as we dive into the conflict that curses the realm of Evemore and her children. Archon, your eyes open. Syron, you are in a dark space floating there. You have no armor, no weapons, no gear on you. Completely not naked, and you're just drifting there. As you begin to fall slowly, like you're being dragged, but it feels like a warmth, and you feel yourself fall into a loving embrace. And then, as you close your eyes and you feel it and you embrace this feeling, your eyes open once more and you see before you is Erogo-Kine, the world in which you were born. You see the vast redlands filled with Zakite plants, and you see the towering tree of Erogo. And above the tree, you see the ellipse that almost creates a halo. Above the head of a majestic beauty, Evemore. And she stares towards you as you are floating above Erogo-Kine, and you look down. You look up, she says, "This is just one of many." And then the world shifts all of its environment into a culmination of different environments, but they all share a similar embodiment. And you see the towering Zakites all blooming, and ellipses being formed, being built, with ships flying around, societies becoming pillars themselves, all waving the banner that you have stood for them. And as this happens, you feel the warmth continue to grow within you. As the figure of Eve Moore begins to glide towards you, and you feel yourself fly towards her, and then she meets you. And she looks down toward you. All this shall be yours. And much, much more. And she smiles. You can see the smile it feeds into your strength. And then your eyes open. You look around. And you see you are inside your chambers on the Mother-Kine. You feel your body aching a little bit. And then you see the door opens up. And before you, standing there, is Grand Arbiter Nereus. As he walks inside and the door closes. I was to greet you when you awoken, Archon.
That is correct.
And you sit up. You're fuzzy a little bit, but you remember that after facing the carvers, after everything that happened, you went into a stasis chamber to heal up. And when you get out of the stasis, it takes you a while to wake up, but usually your people will place you carefully into your bed chamber until you awaken for it. And you have just awoken, and you see Nereus there, and he just is waiting for your command.
Report.
It has been 27 marks since the incident. We are approaching our first destination. It seems the resources we uncovered on the asteroids allowed our drive core to amplify itself significantly, reducing much of the time that we had. We are not sure what we're going to find on the surface of this new world, but it is desolate. So far, our interstellar scans have indicated that it is void of life. The tech sphere believes that the Zakite plant can help flourish the planet to something truly livable for our species.
And this will be one of many. Take me to Tech Spear Tenton.
Of course, my Archon, and he bows to you. He stands. walks over to the door. The door opens up. You stand up. You are all dressed. All you need is your armor plating that you can place onto yourself, and it kind of goes around your robes that you have on you. So you can do so if you would like, or you can just leave the armor off.
Just look more official on putting the armor on.
Okay, yeah, you put the armor on, and it wraps around your body. You walk out, and as you walk out, he looks over towards you. He's like, "Right this way, Archon." And you begin to walk. He's walking beside you. And as you look at him, I would like you to roll me an analyze check.
I think that's cocked.
It is cocked.
Didn't we have this the last session where the first roll was cocked?
I think so. I don't remember.
I think the last Syron session, I think it might have been. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I prefer the one that was more cocked.
I know. I think we did that yesterday, though, with William.
This is all comes full circle.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Okay. Sorry, that was an analyze check, you said?
That was an analyze, yes.
Got you. $20.
Looking at him, you feel like he is rather obedient. And he's just keeping his distance from you, but still following behind you. And he directs you to where you need to go throughout the ship to find Texpear Tintin. But he lets you lead before anything. As you head over to the station, the armor station, also the laboratory as well. You head over to see Texpear Tintin in his office. As you see, other spec ops are inside repairing gear. You do see one actually has a blade, a serrated blade that almost looks like carver metal, like from the captain, and he has it there, and he's testing it out to see like what it can or can't go against. So, and then you go over to Texpear's office, and it slides open, and the Texpear looks up and is like, "Archon, good to see you are awake."
I'm glad to be awake. How goes everything?
Come take a seat. Thank you, Nereus, and Archon, wherever you'd like him to go.
You may stand outside, Nereus.
Of course, Archon, he bows. Texpear Tintin, he bows. And then he walks out, the door closes, and he stands aside like he's keeping guard. And Texpear, it's like, it's kind of weird to see that.
Yes, it is. Him actually listening for once.
I mean, yeah.
I know what you mean. I do agree. But this was for the best.
How was your stasis?
Amazing would be an understatement. Evemore showed me a vision. It was one in which trees grew, those of the Zakite plants raising our homeworld of Erogo-Kine flourishing, and many other worlds following suit. And Evemore blessing us all. She says we're heading in the right direction.
That is good. I believe Regulus wanted to get into contact before we landed.
Yes, the Grand Seer. It's been quite some time since I spoke with him.
Yes. Apparently he's had a few more visions that he would like to discuss with you privately.
Then, unless I'm needed for something else, Tech Spear, I'll be on my way.
We also haven't gotten through to the captain of the Carvers. We do believe him to understand the language spoken by most core denizens, the simple language. So it is possible for us to perhaps get something out of him. But we would like your assistance on that.
Well, I'll give Regulus a call. And then I'll meet you down there.
Right. Thank you, Archon.
Of course. And tell me, I saw one of your assistants. Yeah, Spec Ops, of course. Testing the Carver weaponry.
Yes, the metal they use. We aren't quite sure of the alloy that it is, but we believe that these carvers don't actually start off with metal as their body parts. It's like they tore off their limbs and then replaced them with this metal. Perhaps some kind of tribal cultural significance to it.
Perhaps. We can get this information from the captain.
Yes, indeed. So far, it can cut through most metals. We've seen. The only thing that it can't cut through is actually the Ritanium.
And speaking of Ritanium, have you had a chance to look at the sample we acquired?
I haven't. But we have your codex. Actually, you see him look back, and he goes over and pulls out a little slot in his desk, and then he pulls it out. And as he pulls it out, you see the codex is lined with Ritanium metal all around it. And then he sets it out, and you hear, I don't like being kept inside a box for very long.
My apologies, but if you communicated with us properly, then we can reach an agreement.
I haven't had a chance to communicate.
Well, we were very tied up previously, but we're now at a down period.
And all of this is happening inside your head.
Mm-hmm.
And he hands it over you. Tenton hands it over to you. He's like, it seems that the Ritanium has infused itself into your codex.
This will be most useful. And then I'm going to try to speak to the Ritanium some more. I recently allied myself with one of your kind.
That is me.
Oh, it's the same one. Oh shit, I thought that was the sample we had.
No.
Oh, wait, so where's the sample we got?
What?
So we got a lot when we first saw Ritanium, we put it in a box.
Yeah, that Ritanium is elsewhere right now.
Oh, so this is the one from the
asteroid.
Oh, he came along. I thought he was going to come along.
Do you remember when he touched your
he touched my codex. Yeah,
and then it kind of like got into it, and then he you were able to communicate with him through that.
Yeah. Oh, I thought he was like long gone. I thought this was just a way for communicate. I didn't think he actually just like came for the ride.
He said that he would be your ally.
Well, I thought that meant for getting the resource, and not that he just like come with me and leave his people. Fuck. Okay, that really changes things. Okay. Well, now I feel bad about the other Ritanium. Where's the other Ritanium?
The other Ritanium has been used on you using the metal.
Oh, got you. Okay. My apologies. I was not aware.
It's fine. I suppose you're not knowledgeable about my kind.
No, but I am willing to learn.
I can do all I can to help you with that.
That would be greatly appreciated.
And as that happens, Tenton's just kind of staring at you, and you're just kind of staring at your codex. He's like tapping. He's like wondering when you're gonna leave or like what you're gonna do. It's basically like you're on your phone.
Yeah. It's like I'm looking in front of this. God, I didn't know I became Gen Z.
Hey, you were born in that time period.
I know, I'm first year of that, but I didn't know Syron would be that.
That's funny. So, what would you like to do?
So I'll look back over at Tenton. Thank you for the updates. Keep me posted when you're ready for interrogation. I'm gonna go speak with Regulus.
Right. Of course. And he bows. You stand up, head out. The door opens up, and Nearest stands aside. And he's like, "Where to now, Archon?"
I'm gonna go to my chambers to make a call. I would like you to go see Archcommander Vorman and assist him in anything he may require.
Of course, Archon. As you wish. You see he begins to walk out. And you begin to walk over to your chambers. As you walk out, you kind of go separate ways from Nearest, and he bows to you one last time, and he begins to walk. And you head over to your chambers. As you reach your chambers, the door closes. It locks, and you go over, you kind of press your button, and then your armor closes up, and you set it aside. You take your codex, and you hear the Ritanium speak to you. It's like, "Allow me to explain something to you. As Ritanium, we enjoy to assimilate ourselves into structures. If you would allow me to, I can help protect you in more ways than one. Protect your people in more ways than one. Allow me to expand, and you will have protection unlike any other throughout the core."
Sounds tempting, but I would like to know more on how this process works.
This process is a time-consuming process, but it will allow me to gain much needed substance. It's how I survive outside of my domain. How we survive outside of our domain.
And that
you
is
have
why
other Vitanium on here.
I do have one that I acquired.
From another world. Your world.
That is correct. A ship crash landed, and it so happened that this Ritanium was on it. That was my first encounter with any of your species.
Yes, we must assimilate into any structure that we can, or else we begin to become quiet and unable to protect ourselves as powerful as we can.
And is that why you chose my codex?
Yes. There are ways for us to assimilate into biological beings, but that process can be deadly if you are not in control of yourself.
Well, I hope it doesn't come to it, but if it does, I'm glad to know that it's an option.
But if I were to have the ability to expand, I would also be able to inform you of anything that goes on throughout the ship. Throughout your world, your society, any structures. I will have complete surveillance.
Why would you do this for me and my people?
Because you saved my people. And I owe you a debt. It just so happens that this would be greatly beneficial for myself as well. It is what my kind does.
I would like you to assimilate to something smaller to start with, so I can observe this process firsthand. Only once I see this will I trust you enough.
Well, we have the small one right here. And you see your screen, it switches to different things throughout your codex. And it shows that it can actually use your codex to help you find certain things.
Then for now, I would like to test this out, and I'm like looking at the codex itself. Once I'm satisfied with this, we can move you on to another object. And then sooner than later, the Mother-Kine.
Of course, Archon. As you wish.
Now, let's
You
start...
see...
Okay. I was just going to tell him to go. Yeah, good work. I like it.
It's on Regulus now.
Yep.
Literally within a split second.
Yeah, because I was just thinking about it. I was just going to tell you, hey, it's first test. I want you to call Regulus, but you beat me to it.
I know. I'm pretty good at that.
Well, I mean, what the fuck? I did say I was going to do it. I didn't think a genius.
Yeah, it begins to call, and then it appears, and you see Regulus standing there, in a holographic image of mainly just his torso and above, and he stands there. He's like, "It has been some time, Archon. Good to see you.
Likewise,
Doing well.
Grand Seer. I am doing pretty well. And yourself?
I have been receiving many visions as of late.
And this is what I would like to discuss with you. Tell me them.
First, I would like to know the one that you just received. The one while you were in stasis.
Ah, yes. Very perceptive to know for you to know that I did receive one.
I am connected to you, Archon.
And this is why you're the Grand Seer.
Mm-hmm.
So, Evemore showed Zikite plants rising on Erogo-Kine. We had other planets with it as well. She knows we're heading in the right direction.
Yes. Did you sense anything from her? Any hidden motives?
Motives? She did appeal more to me. She made it sound as if we continue down this path, I would have everything I wanted as well. But strange enough, what I want is what she wants. For she created me and all of us.
Yes.
But what she did offer is quite hard to turn down.
It is what I believe you are destined for. It is what I've seen since the Zikite entered me, since Kine entered a soul. We within our republic are all connected. One of my first visions since you have left Erogo is that we are a network that is expanding, and the network stems from our mother. It stems from the Zikite, like a union. Yes, we are all individual and have our own motives, but it seems to me like Kine has allowed us a greater connection to one another. Us more so than many of our lower acolytes.
That's only because she deemed us worthy.
In this vision, the network grew. It expanded out to another world, another Retacon world within our region, our Dusk. They are different. In fact, they in some ways are our opposites.
And what are those ways?
They are more nomadic. They are tribal, not advanced. Much like how we read about Moriot. But they're quite keen observers. I know not the name they call themselves, but they have white skin, completely white, almost reflective, and their markings are gold. Their eyes are gold.
Then we shall make their acquaintance soon enough. Do you see if they join us?
I see two paths. The further I look to the future, the hazier it gets. They do join us, but their way of life is about an ebb and flow, much like how Evemore presents herself. Reminds me of these Shorosk. In fact, there could be ways in which some believe you to be Evemore's chosen so much that they will follow you to death. But there will also be some who will see the value in the dawn and seek to prevent your full reign over Evemore. Prevent Evemore's will that you be her chosen.
She has already chosen me.
That is where we get to another vision. It seems as though there are two beings. The first one is the easier one to really make out. I received this vision around the time that I heard about your incursion into these asteroids. He hesitates and then says, "There is a prime on the other side of Evemore in the dawn, and he has been chosen for longer than you have. Before Evemore broke the shackles of Erogo, of the Dusk."
A prime was chosen?
Yes.
Evemore informed me that a prime would stand in my way. It must be this one of the dawn.
He is powerful, Archon. From my visions that I see, If you were to face him now, he would tear through you.
Then I shall bide my time. Our civilization's only just beginning.
There will be a time where you will need to encounter him.
I am already aware of this. And when that moment does come, Evemore's true chosen will be on top.
I will continue to see what I can. And if I can, I will find the path that brings you on top. But one last one. The other, this one was more hazy, far into the future. A child is born on Moriat. To become a rune forger. He's destined to be beside you. Not a chosen, but what I saw was he killed one of your enemies before you, and you were smiling, and he stared back at you and bowed. A sensation in me felt like he was hesitant, but it was difficult to make out. I am not sure the extent, but I will see what I can. But this vision was quite vivid, and it felt like it takes place far into the future, even after this prime chosen you face.
Considering that it is a rune forger, hopefully Evemore's will has taken care of that problem. And that this one will be acclimated properly.
I feel Evemore will speak to you about this more so when the time comes.
And I will listen.
Of course.
Our people. How is Sultan Maroon?
Maroon is faring well with the people. They follow him as you have placed him into the proper position. He treats all with equal hearts, equal minds, placing them into the positions that they are best suited for. Question, Archon. Have you read through the journal as of recent?
Not yet, no.
Soon, I believe the entity will provide means for the Republic. But there will be an extent in which you can go until Evemore does not allow it.
It is what she wills. That is what I shall do. If this entity can provide us what we need for the Republic, then we will accept it. But I will not be taken for a fool.
We must establish countermeasures, Archon. For I believe this entity will already have countermeasures to even our countermeasures. They, from what I can tell, even my visions can't even penetrate their authority.
Then we will need to speak with Evemore about this.
That is what you must do. But the longer it takes for us to claim control over Evemore, the more chaotic she will become.
It is as she wields it. The Dusk will be in control, and we will obey diligently.
Mm-hmm. As this happens, he looks over, and then you see him kind of close his eyes, and he opens them. He's like, I must go, Archon. I am needed here.
Understood.
Good luck on your landing, and make sure that the Arch Commander speaks to one of his commanders. He is in great turmoil. And then you see it. Turn off. What do you do?
I am going to give a call to Arch Commander Vorman.
Goes to Vorman. And it... Hello, Archon. What can I do for you?
Well, considering that I've been asleep for quite some time,
It's good to hear your voice.
yours as well. Tell me, what have I been missing?
Oh, just the boring work of training and interrogating and all the fun stuff.
Are you going to be there for the interrogation of the captain? I'll be heading there soon.
I wouldn't miss it for the core. What can I do for you?
Nearest. How does he seem?
quite obedient. It's kind of scary.
Evemore works in mysterious ways.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does.
I just recently spoke with the Grand Seer.
Has he had visions?
He's had some good, some obstacles, which it seems as we overcome. But there is one more imminent matter at the moment. Your commanders. I need you to speak with each of them. One is going through turmoil.
Did he say which one?
No, but it's important that we find out which one it is.
I see. I will do what I can. Would you like me to have them report when I find them to you?
Yes, but be gentle.
Of course. Of course. Is there anything else, Archon? Will you be heading to the interrogation?
I will be. I would like you to join me.
I'll join after I find this commander in turmoil.
All right.
Just please, save the fun part for me.
I will.
And he smiles and he's like, good to hear your voice again, Archon. And then you see him go away. You like to head down to the brig?
Nah, no kidding, yeah, of course.
You begin to head down to the brig to see the captain of the Carvers. As you head through the Mother-Kine, down to the brig, to where your men are keeping the captain of the Carvers. You head that way, and as you reach the brig, you see enforcers who are standing on guard. And you see a single commander steps forward. He's like, Archon, good to see you. And he bows to you.
Commander, how is our prisoner?
He has been declawed. And he is rather silent.
I'll get him to talk. And if not me, then I'll bring in the Arch Commander.
Of course. Right this way. Begins to guide you over towards the chamber where your captain resides, your Carver captain. He goes up to it, and you see this energy field, and the captain has multiple chains locked up to his legs and his arms, and he's basically hanging from the ceiling. And he's just been like hanging there. His head looks up towards you. You can see his hair just kind of like tangled up and knotted in different parts. He's balding in different areas. His face is all wrinkled up, and his eyes are these cleary clouds. No pupils at all. And his teeth are all wrinkled and blackened. His musculature is massive. You feel like he'd be fun to wrestle. And as he looks up towards you, he's like, Luce Fletcher Vega. What do you do?
I probably already have my codex out, so, like, is it translating for me?
Your codex has not seen any language like this. Mm-hmm. It would take some time for it to translate it through.
Okay, I'm going to, since I already had that thought, I'm assuming the Rytanium's now going to try to do that. To its best its ability as I continue to try to communicate.
Okay. Yeah. So, what are you going to do? But you did hear that this captain knows some simple. Tenten said that he has some kind of... He has an awareness to him of what is going on. So,
I'm going to eye him down, like up and down. Take a look. I'm gonna smile. You look a little worse for wear. I didn't understand what you said earlier. Care to communicate in a better way? That's too bad. You can understand me, can't you? And can I roll like a analyze?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Crit.
You can tell he does understand you.
You do. Good. Your claws, they're quite remarkable. You know you're wasting your breath.
My queen, find you, tear this vessel part, piece by piece.
I think there's a greater chance we'll do that to you before she can do that to us.
You know nothing. You know nothing where she is.
And you know less than that about us.
I know your kind. I know you. See, you emotions are your enemy.
My emotions don't guide me. Only my goddess does. And that is why you will always lose. You have a queen, but she is not benevolent.
She has torn from all powers like yours. I've seen your kind before. Wake. I tear the heads from bodies. Doesn't matter, skin. I'll tear yours off next.
That's a lot of talk for someone who's chained up. Care to tell me more about your queen? I mean, I wouldn't have needed to do this if I was just able to take the resources I needed. But your kind had to be difficult.
You have resources. He stares at you up and down. Do you want resources?
We have enough for now, but we will be gaining much more. What do you have to offer?
And he stares at you like, I can tell you where find enemies.
Now, why should I trust you given you just threatened me a moment ago?
You quick. I chained up. You can kill me, but I will never tell you what it is until I return back to my queen.
And what stops me from just declawing you further, studying the material that allows you to pierce such armor and skin, and I skin you till your dying breath?
Roll an intimidation check.
Hold up, I think I actually have something to give me bonus to this. Give me a sec, just want to look at my feats right quick. Okay, I wouldn't apply to this check in particular, so... $21.
He looks at you and he's like, trust. I trust you to do as you say. Dying is not pain, but I also trust your persistence, your drive to claim what you want, to claim what your goddess wants. I have enemies you seek. I see how your men react, comment, speak. I hear, I watch, I learn, I observe. I am smarter than you think.
Well, if you respect my drive and persistence, and if you expect me to trust you, then close your eyes.
Why?
Because I am going to see who you are.
Very well. I close.
And then I am going to probe him. I'm going to walk up to him, put my hand on his head, probe it.
Go ahead and roll probe.
21 again.
You walk up to him, placing your fingers on his temple and on his forehead. And he closes his eyes. His eyes are completely shut. And you wake up in a black space where you see lines of code flying up and down. And then you feel something in your heart. And you feel a sensation like you need to pull away. And it's a great sensation. What do you do?
I'll pull back.
You pull back. As you pull back, and you see his eyes open up, and he's like, "What's just happened?"
And you weren't fighting it.
Fighting what?
Tell me, why do you obey your queen?
She gave birth. We all obey.
Your enemies. Which ones do we have in common?
The ones that power all. The ones that fly to worlds like you, but you are new. You are strong. And strong unlike them. We steal from them. We live across their routes. And we see how they treat us. The strong, you and I are not so different. They think us to be lesser.
And who is they?
And he looks at you and is like, I watched you from afar. When we went to battle, you command, you lead. Much like myself. You don't fight me. But I because you have their power.
I am going to go on my codex and contact Nearest.
Okay, as that happens, it... Yes, Archon. What can I do for you?
Report to me at the interrogation chamber.
Of course. Right away. And...
The one that was sent to fight you is my arch commander. I promised him he could have the fair fight. The one I am summoning now is the one who tried to stop that from happening.
The one that shot my head.
Yes. It was dishonorable, but I want to show you what I have done. As payment for his disgrace. I have a code. Not so different from yourself. And it's because of that I wish to show you the new Grand Arbiter.
You let me cut his head off. I will obey you. I will make sure my queen allies with you. Let me tear his head from his body.
And what stops you from contacting your queen after you're released and just coming after us?
You said it yourself. You'd wipe us out.
But that does not mean I will underestimate my opponent.
The door opens up, walking in to the brig. His Grand Arbiter Nearest. As he walks up to you, he's like, I have answered your summons, Archon.
Look at this captain here and tell him what you used to believe and what you did.
I used to believe that us Erogo-Kine were the... You see him struggling. And his eyes are starting to go black a little bit. It's like, I shot you. I turned my people into zombies who would follow the Archon, whoever it might be. I disgraced my people's beliefs, and I stole their wills. And you see him struggling.
Stand at attention.
He stands.
And what I have done, and I'm going to look at the Captain Carver, I have made him submit to me fully through the power of my goddess. He cannot defy me anymore.
Roll an influence check.
Can I use charming on this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have also used charming on intimidation.
Oh, okay. So I thought that worked
It's
Oh,
for
no, that
every
wouldn't be
charm check.
deception. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's for every charm check if you have talent in it,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay, which I did. Okay, see, that's what I was a little curious about, what I was thinking. Okay. $25.
He looks at you. I guess this is better than death. And he stares at him. May I test?
And what does this test entail?
Order him to shoot his foot.
Near us.
Yes, Archon.
Take out your tech volver.
He pulls out his tech volver. He pulls out his tech volver. You see him shaking.
Aim it at your left foot.
He goes to point it down. I would like you to roll me a discipline will check.
Disciples will.
Did you roll well enough?
I rolled pretty low, dude. That's bad.
What is it?
A total of 16.
Really?
I rolled 2 2s. And remember, Will is one of my lower ones.
Yeah.
That's really bad luck.
He points it down, but you see he's shaking and he's struggling really hard. What do you do?
I am going to, I'm gonna I'm gonna want to summon a medic over. So since I'm thinking that, the Ritanium
Yes.
is gonna call someone to come over and take a look.
Okay, a little notification gets sent, and then, so you want a medic over?
Yeah, so after he shoots himself in the foot, a medic will be on standby to take care of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I don't want him to just sit there and be like, oh, okay. You know.
Okay, well, but he's pointing it at his foot, but you see he is struggling.
Near us. Look at me.
He looks.
Shoot yourself in the foot. Right here. And I'm pointing right at the center part of the foot.
Mm-hmm.
A medic will come to you. Atone for your sin.
And you see he is struggling, and it's like he wants to say, yes, Archon, but then he doesn't.
I'm gonna grab the Void Rune and put it right on his head.
You pull out a Void Rune and you put it right on his head, and he's like... He had a 16.
Originally, yeah.
It's just no, what rune is this? Let me see it.
It was not a Void Rune.
Okay.
It's not
Do you have charges in it?
Yeah, I still have one left.
Okay. Do you want to use that charge?
Yes.
It goes around him, and then he's like... And it's a rank 5, right?
Yes.
He fires the shot right on his foot. And he's like, Yes, Archon. I have atoned.
Now, hold your wound and wait for the medic. He'll take care of you. And I'm gonna look right at the captain.
The captain looks over, he's like, roll an analyze check.
$21.
You see, he's not as impressed as.
I was hoping, yeah, because there was a little bit of that defiance. I will perfect it in time. But he still obeyed.
There's a place where rune forgers call the forbidden. You wield power from there. The door slides open. As it slides open, you see a medic rush through, as well as the Arch Commander. As he steps inside, he's like, and he walks up, and you see the medic rushes over towards the Grand Arbiter nearest, and then they begin to use a medwave on his foot, and he kind of takes a step back. And the Arch Commander kind of looks over, sees the situation, and just like, when he walks up, he's like, is the interrogation on nearest now?
This is good cop. And then I'm going to point, and then I'm going to, do like a hand gesture towards Vorman.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to look at the Captain Carver. And this is bad cop.
And then the captain's like, look, Shagabaya. Towards Vorman. As he looks over, he's like, has he been speaking like this the entire time?
No, I got him to speak some simple.
I said, I look forward to ending your life when we fight next. And Foreman looks over, he's like,
I was making Nearest atone.
Mm-hmm. And?
Well, he did obey. As you can see.
Yes. Yeah, before it though, your Archon here had to put a void rune to his face. Not strong enough.
Evemore is testing me to make sure I can wield it properly. And I am. With time, the power shall grow further.
Archon, may I pull you aside?
Of course. Give us a moment, Carver. Hang around.
And he's just like,
yeah, I like that. Hang on.
You pull. He kind of walks aside. You walk up to him and say, Archon, Have you gotten anything out of him?
I have. He has told me of a certain area in which I can go to possibly obtain more power that can help us. We may even be able to ally ourselves with these people, but it doesn't mean I trust them yet. Not by a long shot. The fact that he's willing to communicate. I see why he was made a captain. He's observant, somewhat witty, but he's still no match for us.
What shall we do with him, then?
I want to make sure that we can make these weapons first. If we can, and this Carver retains his good behavior, I might just release him.
Not without assurances.
Of course not.
All right. Well then, Archon.
Tell me this, have you spoken to the rest of the commanders?
I have, and I have found the commander that is having trouble. He is mourning over the death of Ryton.
Would I instantly know who this is?
No.
Okay.
You weren't familiar with Ryton before you went on the mission, so you don't know.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay. Send him to my quarters, and I will meet with him after we finish this.
Of course. If you would like, I can finish off with the captain. Do you need me to get anything out of him?
More of what he can offer us. And find out more about his societal structure, his hierarchy. Besides his queen, seem not to know that much. But granted, I was displaying some prowess and understanding what he had to offer.
Right. I will see what I can find.
Remember, good cop, and I'll point at me.
Of course.
Bad cop.
he smiles.
Don't ask why we know what cops are in this universe. This is just a throwaway.
he smiles. He's like, I'll do what I can.
Oh wait, good enforcer, bad enforcer.
He looks at you. He's like, I sent Commander Krogo to your chamber.
Commander Krogo. Understood. You can take over from here.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I start walking out, I'm gonna look at the medic.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder. Let me know when he is better. I hope this won't be too much. He just needed to atone for his ambush when Arch-Commander Vorman was in the middle of an honorable duel.
Of course, Archon. I will do what I can. Thank you.
Of course.
And he does so.
I'll start handing it.
So, you head back down to your chambers. Outside of the chamber, you see a single Erogo-Kine Castine standing there, his eyes closed, his head down. And he's waiting outside your door. As you walk up, his head looks up, and he looks over at you, and he gets into position and then salutes and bows. Hello, Archon.
Commander Krogo, please follow me inside.
Of course. And the chamber door opens up and it closes. And he stares at you. And he's like, did I do something wrong?
Not at all. Here, take a seat. And I'm gonna go sit on my desk.
He sits down. You sit behind your desk. What can I do for you, Archon?
It's more of, what can I do for you?
I don't understand.
I know you're in mourning. And you cannot be blamed for that. I summoned you here because the Grand Seer Regulus, he sensed your inner turmoil from home. You should not have to bear such a heavy toll. Anything that you are feeling, please, speak freely, and nothing you say shall be punished.
He looks up at you, a tear in his eye.
I want to bring you some closure. Anything I can offer.
You said that Archon died with a smile on his face.
He did. When he handed me his environmental pack, removed it from himself, and attached it to me, I saw him mouth my name. And he smiled back when he noticed it was working.
He looks down. Almost like he doesn't want to show his sadness. He doesn't want to show weakness.
Don't be afraid to express yourself, Commander. If you heard my initial speech, I blamed myself that he had to sacrifice himself for me. Sure, I may be destined to lead our people, but it shouldn't have to come at the cost of any of my men. It's not easy. And I felt so much guilt. And knowing the pain that you're going through, it's my responsibility to alleviate that to the best of my ability. Speak freely, and do not be afraid. I'm going to walk up and put my hand on his shoulder.
Archon spoke to Vorman before we were stopped mid-space. They promoted me to a commander. And after that, I am assigned to stay here. My squadron, my new squadron, assigned to stay here. In this shell. While Archon dies. my brother dies, I could have given you my back. I am just an enforcer.
If you were just an enforcer, you wouldn't be a commander now. When I was a commander, prior to becoming Archon, I bared responsibility over some of my men. Before leading this republic, I understand the intimacies that go on within family, within comrades. We are all Evemore's children. There's a great bond with us all. That's why I wish to unite our people. I admire the love you possess for your brother. And just as you would have given me your pack. If roles were reversed, I bet Ryton would be proud of you. And as much as you miss him, Evemore has blessed him now. And he is proud of you. Because you are a commander. Not only did he see that potential in you, but the Archcommander does as well. And look at me. So do I.
His tears are falling, but his face looks like he is refreshed.
If you ever need to talk, to vent, to ask questions for more closure, I will be available for it.
He nods.
I have the greatest respect for your brother. I cherish all my people.
He nods once more.
Remember, he went to Evemore, and to Evemore we all shall go.
To Evemore we shall go. You see him stand up. If that is it, Archon, may I return to my squadron?
You may.
He turns around.
And promise me one thing. Promise me that you will lead.
You know what? He turns toward you. I wish to lead.
And here is your chance.
Any mission you desire, Archon, send me forth.
Of course. I'll be sure to keep you in mind.
He smiles.
Now get back to your squadron. They need you.
He turns and walks out. The door As he stands there, you stand there, thinking about this. And you hear in your head, "You are quite the leader, Archon."
I have to be. It's what Evemore desires. I just so happen to also be very good at it.
As you go to sit down,
You do remember Righton.
I do.
It's quite intriguing how different species, creatures, can form these bonds. They can be with us through life. Others beyond. Motivate. To innovate. To pursue passion. Do you understand what I am saying?
Not yet. But I'm sure, as I observe you and your kind, I will. With that, a few more marks pass. You finally reach your intended destination. The first world which you and your people will colonize. The ship, the Mother-Kine, orbits around it. You send multiple pods and vessels down, sending the spec ops that have studied agriculture, have studied ways to allow for the Zakite to flourish. You stand there inside the bridge, marks passing, weeks, months, arrays, watching as this world blossoms. There was no life before it, but with your hand and Evemore's will, this world expands. And then, as your technology begins to grow, the world begins to form a society just like what you had on Erogo-Kine. You are presented with an option. You stay on this world to make sure that it grows into something more, or you continue on the effort. You doing the same thing on other worlds that have just been found. You can leave some men here at this world as you head off. What do you do? Do you stay or do you go? Should I stay or should I go?
I was just literally thinking about singing that right now, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop myself. But you did it for me.
Yeah.
Well, considering that we just had like that time skip, I guess I have many questions now.
We'll answer those after this.
Well, I mean, it influences my decision. This is my issue.
Okay. Well, what's your questions?
Okay, so a couple questions I have is, so you did mention how like it's starting to flourish there. Like, what is the population looking like right now?
Well, it's currently your own population. Like what you have brought with you on the Mother-Kine. The Mother-Kine has probably around, like, I would say 15,000 of your men.
All right. And how is communications between this new colony and Erogo-Kine?
Well,
like, I mean, I'm not expecting like instantaneous travel between the two, but how is the interconnectedness going?
So it takes you approximately with what resources you got from the asteroid. It takes you probably approximately like 7 months to get to that. That's one. 7 months is one array in 1 month.
Got it. Okay. But are we still able, besides like Regulus and myself communicating, or maybe just a regular codex call, are there other ways to communicate back and forth between the two? I mean, if we had a mass supply of codexes we could hand out, maybe, but
you feel like as this time passes, you are also training as a rune forger, which would also provide you ways to learn new abilities that could be taught to your men for instant travel to and from places in which you deem worthy.
Oh, so it's kind of like this like runic teleporters type thing. Nice.
The void rifts.
Yeah. When I'm teaching my minis void runes? Huh.
Mainly commanders.
Okay, yeah, I can see it. It's like having my commanders warlords, perhaps.
Yeah.
Teach them that specific technique.
But yeah, I mean, anyone could learn a runic ability. They just can't learn to forge runes.
them. Yeah. Okay, so
I'm the
supplier.
You're the supplier.
Don't get high on my supply. Okay, I get you. Okay, yeah, so I probably would have some runes for that, allow them to go back and forth. I would probably create a good amount, and then if they're able to use those, we had some commanders stay back for this. I would be willing to go to the next spot. I just want to make sure that there's enough communication back and forth. And then at some point, when it wouldn't take so long, I would like to be able to... Actually, wait, can I just use one of those runes just to go back to Erogo-Kine?
You could. You would have to learn the runic ability. Do you have runic rift as an ability?
No, but I think I have enough CP to get it. And considering that I'm going to be here for...
Yeah, considering that we're basically ending the session here, but I'm kind of doing like a little time skip.
Yeah.
You will have enough to get the ability.
Yeah. All right. So then we'll say I use that. So, yeah, yeah, then I'll be more than happy to start colonizing other spots. I just want to be able to visit the others. Plus, it's kind of like a presidential tour in a way, kind of like a campaign run. I go to one colony, I go to the next. Watch over my people, see how everything's going. It's all running smoothly. I could be a little bit of a celebrity as I go around.
Yeah.
Follow Evemore's will, and then just continue expanding. Make sure the Zakai plants are flourishing. We have enough for when we get more living creatures there. And one question I have. Where the hell is the Carver captain after all this time?
He is still imprisoned. We can definitely do separate sessions with that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, because I don't think I'd keep him in prison for that long.
How long would you keep him imprisoned?
I probably would have done it for at most the year, but I would have slowly granted him more freedoms over time until I thought he was more obedient and not up to anything crazy.
Okay.
Plus, of course, I would have guards watching at any given time.
Now, what about Nearest?
Nearest? Well, how's he been behaving?
Rather exceptionally.
Then I'll keep letting him do my bidding.
Yeah. Rather exceptionally. What about the Rytanium? Did you let it spread?
Within that time period. I would have let it. One of the other tests I would have done after the Codex, I would have wanted it to actually work on my armor a bit.
Okay.
So this way I can actually see what it's like fighting alongside it. So during my training sessions, I probably would have had him on me so we can communicate better for when I'm doing certain fights. Plus, think about it. If telepathically can sense things, then I could actually respond to my opponent's movements a lot better. Mm-hmm. And we probably were retaining that skill. So I probably would let him start spreading on other things. The armor was just another test, which I'm assuming has gone somewhat successfully. You can roll for that.
Even better than how Nearest has been acting. So you...
My plan's all coming together. Oh man, thank you D100s.
Yeah, it's pretty well. You obviously know that there is always room for improvement with this, but you are
I'm confident.
Your combat ability is on par with probably you could probably just with Rytanium, with the Rytanium's help, you would wipe the floor with Vormin easily. With the Rytanium's help.
Okay. So question, if I were to let him expand on the Mother-Kine, would that mean he would he be able to leave that and go to my armor and then can go back and forth, or can he only stay on the one because he has to slowly expand over time? How does that work?
He chooses in where to stay. Basically, he would choose where to stay conscious. Mm-hmm. Right now, he's choosing to stay conscious in the Codex. You could also choose to stay conscious inside your armor. The metal will still be there, but it's where his consciousness resides.
Oh, okay, so he can shift where his consciousness would be. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So it's I want him on the Codex. He's on the Codex. I want him on the armor. He's on the armor. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna fly the Mother-Kine to an invasion. I want you ready for the fire of the systems. Let's go. Mm-hmm. Okay, I like that. Okay, so
it's basically your own personal AI, but it's not even AI. It's actual
it's an actual
sentience creature.
Okay, so and because I've grown to trust him. Do we have another ship that isn't as big as the Mother-Kine?
The Mother-Kine is going to take a long time.
Oh, of course. Yeah, because you said there's 15,000 games, so living quarters and all that stuff that would take a long time.
It would take a long time. It would take cycles for it to completely engulf the Mother-Kine.
So what I probably would have done, considering how much time it's taken, for this time skip, I would have said after he did the armor, and that worked out very well. I would...
Ships, like pods. So
Yeah.
pods, there's pods, vessels.
Mhm.
I have a ship system
Yeah.
to it. But pods are the smallest, or like small spacecrafts.
Okay, yeah. So I probably would have let him take a, test some pods out. So I see how that worked. And then I probably would have given him access to... Probably not my pod personally, only because there's some things I just wouldn't want him to have access to. Not everything. But if we had other ships, like, it doesn't need to be as big as the Mother Kind, but like other bigger ships we can use in case I have a reason to become suspicious of the Titanium. Not saying I ever would have the reason. I just like to have the contingency.
Mm-hmm.
So if we had like some lesser ships that were still big enough to hold a lot of us, I would eventually give him control of the Mother Kind.
Okay.
As long as a duplicate ship that was roughly as big. Well, okay, but it doesn't even need to be like as big, but like...
It would probably be like a medium.
Yeah, like
craft.
a medium craft on the colonized planet that we have now. And a big, like, transporting vessel, very similar to the Mother Kind, that we can still have an Erogo-Kine.
Okay.
So this way, in case this one falls, we don't lose all the technology, we don't use everything we've built because of the Titanium. This way I still have the contingency in case something goes wrong.
Okay.
Plus, I mean, imagine me being able to use the Titanium as like a warship. I'm just like, hey, come over here. Oh, shoot this planet, then like get out.
Also, within this time period
Mhm.
of the colonization effort on this world, the terraforming effort, your men find something beneath the surface of the planet. Some kind of metallic structure. And upon examining it further, the Spec Ops, actually Tenton, comes to you, and he tells you that whatever is beneath the surface, it's been there for a few cycles now. And it seems to be of the same make, technology, to that of the vessel that crashed on Erogo-Kine.
Oh yeah, then we're definitely going to harness that vessel. We're going to take the materials out of there. We're going to remake some ships. We're going to make that grow.
And upon entering into the vessel, as you make sure, like, you tell them to investigate it, see what you can find further. You feel a little twitch in your head when you give this order. It's not a big one, but it feels like cautious. But your men find the appropriate schematics, all the equipment to build more spacecrafts, vessels, a society like the one that you left on Erogo-Kine, and probably even more advanced technology as well. Enough supplies to last your men 50 cycles.
Cool. And then I'll be sending large transports every so months. So, like it. Okay.
And it's a large bunker, like massive, down there.
You good?
And then you're off to your next colonization effort. The next world is approximately approximately 10 months away. Travel. So, you stay on the Mother-Kine, but now you have anchors in order to travel through void rifts when you forge your runes. So you can transport from the Mother-Kine to your second world. What would you like your second world to be named?
That's a lot to lay on Redicon.
We'll discuss that later.
I would like some time to actually make this clever, considering how I've been kind of structuring my worlds.
Yeah.
So I actually want some good inspiration for this. So I need a moment to discuss. We'll figure that out.
Mm-hmm. And also, you can travel to Erogo-Kine now. And that's where we'll end the session.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
How much CP do I get?
With this one, you will get 30 CP.
Awesome. Okay.
That was good. I enjoyed it. What do you think?
I liked it. Wait, are we still recording?
Yeah, we're still recording.
Okay, cool. I was just curious.
Usually after these little things, I do like a little...
No, I noticed last time. I was just
chat.
curious. Yeah.
This was kind of a long chat because we were discussing kind of what you wanted to do.
Granted, with such a big time skip and with, my character's importance, we have to, get some of those details taken care of. But, I really liked the session. It was good to, and I know we kind of briefly discussed this before, but it was good to really be able to kind of get, the Archon's, the way he carries himself when he's not being so serious all the time.
Yeah.
Just a day in the life of
being the Archon.
The Archon. Day in the life of the Archon.
I'll name this entry a day in the life of the Archon.
Exactly, yeah. So, it was good to actually, be able to communicate with all of my people, Arch Commander Vorman, to see how he was doing after the whole attack with the Carver, seeing my influence over near us, see how that persists through, being able to talk to the Grand Seer Regulus, because it's been quite some time since I've been able to do that. Yeah. Not just in game time, but in, real time.
Yeah.
So... it was definitely good to be able to speak with him again, knowing that my people are still thriving.
Now you just need to speak to Maroon next time.
Well, that's what I want to do. So the fact I can go to Erogo-Kine, I want to check out my people, hey, first effort, I did it.
And now we should get you the Runic Rift ability.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's exactly what I was going to do after we finish this recording.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening. If you are listening, and if death comes to you,
may you be reborn in power.
Thank you, Jared.
You're welcome.
I thank you for listening to Dusk vs. Dawn. With each entry, we explore deeper aspects of the turmoil within the core realms. I hope you are listening carefully as we get closer to the climax of Evemore's will. Also, if you want to be reborn yourself, you can subscribe as a Chosen to access Chosen creation and exclusive Codex entries. Until next time, travelers, be safe, stay safe, and if death comes to you, may you be reborn in power.